and welcome back to the Western Wilds. So by surprise, the oats are ready to harvest, but we lack the funds to get a harvester, header, and trailer. So first, we're going to load the manure lying around the farm into the BGA and see if we can raise the extra money we need. Let's get farming. So to actually get the manure loaded up, we are going to need to get a bucket. Thankfully, we already have something around sort of the use of a front loader, which is this back item here. What we're going to have to do, though, I think, is spend a little bit of cash and grab ourselves an actual bucket attachment for this. So raise that up and disconnect it. There we are. So yeah, we are going to have to spend like £800, I think, to get a bucket. Hopefully we can then use that to load things up. Should be all good, and I think we're going to make far more than £800 off this manure. I really hadn't expected our harvest to come so quickly. I thought we were going to have at least another day before we were going to have to start getting the oats harvested. It's 1,600 for that bucket. The manure fork holds the same. It is £100 less expensive. The silage fork, will this go? Oh, this will go on a front loader. Okay, how much does this hold? This holds 1,700 litres. Yes, we want the old Convertible silage fork. Absolutely. At £500, that is absolutely perfect, holding almost double what the other stuff will. Looking at the way this is on here, it is pointing down ever so slightly. So hopefully it's not enough that it causes us an issue while picking up this manure. Now, plenty of people have told me in the comments that I should clear this manure out of here and make some money out of it. So I don't feel bad doing it, seeing as it's been suggested. I don't think it's going to give us a huge amount of cash doing this either. And yes, we can pick this manure out of here. I also know that there is a gold nugget under here. We won't be picking that up and using that. As I said earlier in the series, we got enough to get us started. So that into there. And we'll just go and turn it on. So we'll turn the silage off. We will turn the manure on. We've got 1,700. So I don't know how much money this is going to make us. We will find out actually in a little bit because it's almost the top of the hour. We've gone up by about 2,000 to 3,000 with what we put on. So this should do the job. I just need to get the rest of it loaded in. I think we finally worked out why this BGA is processing stuff so quickly, and in fact actually why the fermenting silo is doing the same, and that is because we're running 1-day months. So all of the various productions in Farm Sim, they don't work on a daily basis, they work on a monthly basis. So if I'm running single day months like I am now, everything is going to process in a day. If I am running a 24-day month, then each day is only going to represent 1/24th of the actual production cycle. So yeah, it's not so much that these are overpowered, it's that we are playing in such a way that makes them appear overpowered. We're only going to do this till 10 o'clock. If we get the money, we are at 36,475 on this. So yeah, that might be enough, I think, for us to actually go and get the harvester and everything. So let's head up to the shop, see if we can actually buy everything. So let's see how much we are actually able to afford up here. Originally, my plan for this series had been to get one of these class dominators. We're actually £100 short of grabbing this. So we could grab the Dominator 85. That has a 500 litre tank, which actually would serve us quite well. But it's still more expensive than this set of Massey Fergusons we've got here. There's a 3640, but the version I'd wanted that would have a cab on it. So I am going to look at this one, this 850. Now, we could get the Vistula for 12,000. That only has a paltry, I think it is, yeah, 1,500 litre tank and would take us forever. So this has a 6,700 litre tank, which is great. I really like the look of this Massey Ferguson as well. Wheel setup, I'm actually going to go for the 2-wheel drive setup. We do want magical discharge on it, and of course, no GPS. That, I think, is going to be the perfect little combine for us. So we will buy that for 20,000. To go with that, I'm going to actually take the Massey Ferguson header from the 3640 mod. That should be about the right size for us. It's a little bit of a deeper red than we've got on the 850, but should fit fairly well. And so that's going to be another 6,000. And that then leaves us with a choice of trailer. Now, originally, I was going to have a look at getting something like this. The Lizard NS900H. This holds 7,500 litres to... I think it's, yeah, we can go up to 13,000 litres. But that is going to be 10,499. For 10,000 litres is going to be a pretty much a flat 10k. Now, the thing is, I can do 10k cheaper with a much more appropriate trailer for our tractor, because this does not have the right hitch. And that trailer is this one, the Lizard Agricultural Trailer. This is 5,200 as its base bale trailer configuration. So we'll be able to reconfigure this for other stuff. But I'm going to take it up to this, 10,000 litres for £6,700 and a much more appropriate hitch for our tractor. Now, I'm hoping this is going to be a low trailer hitch and that we're going to be all right. I like it in the blue and I like the right white rim color. We don't need any number plates on this series, so we will buy that for 6,700. And then there we are. So we got our Massey Ferguson combine. No need for a header trailer here either. And we've got our trailer. So let's hook this up to the David Brown. I think this David Brown just has trailers just look large on it. Oh, it has gone to the upper hitch. I think I might just go and fix that quickly and see if we can get it to connect onto the lower hitch, because that would make much more sense. Okay, that should do it. Let's give it a try. And yeah, there we go. So you can see it's attaching to the lower one there. Much more appropriate, much flatter setup there. I'm very much happier with that. So let's start up our combine here. And yeah, you can see it's a much more faded red than we got on the header. Not the end of the world, and should still work quite well together. Not a massive header either. All in all, though, that's pretty good. We want to attach that in there. Just check that everything starts up. Yep, that's all good. Right, and we'll get the tractor to follow behind like so. And we'll take this back to the farm and get started on cutting some oats. And looks like we're going to be starting by 11 o'clock. That is perfect. This Massey Combine is quite a nice mod. We've got some nice moving bits and pieces, so lots of the controls move. We do seem to be missing the pedals. They're just sort of stumps on the floor. And I think the camera's a little bit off-center on the seat. Otherwise, yeah, it's quite a nice mod, this. I like it. I'm going to keep the David Brown following us for now. What we do want to make sure, though, is that we are actually dropping straw, which we are. That's good. We're going to collect up the straw. We're not going to bale it. What we're going to do is put it straight into the BGA and process it through there. Get us some extra cash. Coming up to the end of the first headland, and we're nearly 30% full. So I think the wisest thing to do here is probably going to be to take 3 headlands. And in doing that, we will end up with a decent amount. We'll be able to basically empty the combine for the first time. As a result, I don't think we need the David Brown to follow us the whole way around the field. I think when we get to the end of our third headland, at that point we'll want to empty, and we'll leave the tractor and trailer here, jump back in the combine, and on with our second headland. I love the way this combine is functioning. It is about the perfect size for us here on this map. It is very easy to see my outer edge with where this cab is positioned, and it's just, yeah, pretty perfect for what we're after on here. I'm very, very happy with this setup. We're aiming to hit at least 5,000 liters off these 3 headlands, and at the moment we're sitting at 4,800, so expecting to hit 5,000 before we get back to where the tractor and trailer is. In fact, yeah, we're at 4,945, so we're definitely going to hit that, and then we're going to be able to cut in at that point and probably get, I think we might get 10,000 liters, so a full trailer off here. The downside we've got is we don't actually have anywhere to store it. I might have to store it on the floor in my barn. Don't really want to do that either. We might have to raise a little bit more money. We might put some more of the manure into the BGA, or possibly I think we might also be able to get this straw in the BGA today as well, especially if we finish the field. So let's get this emptied. But yeah, I'm gonna need my windmill sooner rather than later, and if I yeah, I'm gonna need the money to get it. I think it might be about 10,000. If it's 20,000, we're definitely gonna have to work to raise a load more money. So the cost of the windmill, either windmill, is gonna be 20,000, and we are at 9,148. So yeah, in order to do this, I am going to have to raise some more money. That's not great, because we're going to have a full trailer and a full combine with nowhere to put any of it. One thing I will say for this combine is the maneuverability is amazing. It turns on an absolute dime, and I love that about it. I've had lots of combines that just haven't been as maneuverable as this is, and as a result, it's just a joy to get around this field. I'm going to enjoy using this a lot, I think. And it's also quite cool because there's a farmer just down the road from me who even now uses 2 of these to do the harvest every year. It's very, very cool piece of equipment, and I like it a lot. We are not going to get a full trailer off here, though. We've only got about 3,000 liters, and it looks like we're going to end up with maybe 4,000 liters in total. If so, yeah, that might just be a full trailer. At least that will free up the field for us to be able to get this straw up and get it into the BGA, and hopefully make the extra money we need to get a windmill down and start producing some flour so we can start making money from that. So our final total is still shy of 4,000 liters, 3,649, which means we'd need over 6,000 liters for us to have a full trailer. So I don't think that's happened either. We do at least have an empty combine out of all this. What we'll do is we'll just park this out here so that it's ready. And yeah, with our header, we want to be going into the field this way. We want to keep it away from our lone tree. I think we are going to plant some more trees. And then that's down and finished. And we've got 9,156 liters here in our trailer. So not bad harvest. So what I'm going to do today is just put this trailer into the shed here on the David Brown. We'll go and grab our forage wagon. We'll go collect up the straw and get that into the BGA, get that processing, and then we'll be able to go and hopefully get a little bit of extra cash, maybe the extra 15,000 we need. Got no fuel in this tractor. Let's just pull out to the pumps here, get this refueled. That's going to cost us some money. So I'm going to put about, oh, it only takes 120 litres. That's fine. Depending on how well this straw processes, we could end up with more money off that, putting it in the BGA, than we'll make from the oats. That is one headland, and near as damn it is a full trailer. In fact, yeah, there we go. 13,000 litres of straw off one headland. So straw doing that. So let's turn off the manure. We'll deactivate that. So silage 840 produces 756. Straw 840 produces 80. Wow, that is quite a drop. So yeah, we are more methane. So we'll make more money from methane off the straw. It produces 5 times as much compared to the silage. And yeah, we're going to get a lot less electricity. Let's activate that. We're going to get quite a bit of straw off here to go in. So that will be good. I'm not expecting to make anywhere near the kind of money we were making off the silage, though, which makes sense because straw should not make as much money as silage makes. So it's almost 2.5 more of full trailers that we've got off here. In fact, it is 51% of this. So that's 4.5 full forage wagons of straw off here. Really quite good. I think that's going to throw us up to about maybe 14,000. Which means we only need to raise another 6,000 for one windmill and another, well, it's about another 12,000 for the other. So I think we're probably going to be getting the cheaper of the 2 windmills simply because we buy on here what we can afford. If we can afford the bigger one, I would go with that, but I think we're going to go with the smaller one on here. I tend to use the bigger one more often anyway, so I think we'll go with the, see if we can go with the 20,000 one here. We have filled this as much as we can though, so we will just go and park this up, fold down the cage, and get this parked up over here. We could of course sell our lime spreader. There is that. If I'm absolutely desperate, don't think we need it. I honestly don't think that that's something that is needed around here. How much is it worth? Would that do it without us having to load more manure up? So that fertilizer lime spreader is worth 11,811. That actually, I can't really have that sitting around the farm at the moment. I think what we'll have to do is hook that up, take that back to the shop. £11,000 is just worth so much to us at the moment, and in fact, thinking about it, we will get more than that by using or with taking it up to the shop to sell it. So let's unload the remaining lime on it, which has gone over there. We'll get that moved out of the way shortly. Is that 3 full bags? No, that's 4 bags of lime that we have there. So we'll get them moved out of the way in a bit. And yeah, I'm going to take this, rather than trying to load up the BGA with more stuff, let's go sell this, see how much more we can get for it by taking it up to the shop. And in fact, that should do it. That should allow us to buy that windmill. Bring this round to the side of the shop here and get things lined up like so. Jump out, head over, and this here. So repair it for £4. We'll make more than £4 on that. Repaint it for 937, and then final price we should get for it is 14,000. We might be able to. No, in fact, we can. We can get the more expensive windmill if we want. I don't think I'm going to. I think we'll head back to the farm. We'll get the cheaper windmill because I don't think there's any downside to getting that over the more expensive one. And we'll get that loaded up with the oats and start making some flour. So we'll park this up in the shed. Nicely out the way. We are probably going to use this again today, actually. I just want to get it out of the way for now. And then I'm going to build the windmill over here. We've got a nice big area that a fair amount of wind can get in. It's less interfered with by the trees here. So there it is. So the old grain mill, I can't see any difference in what it takes. We're not going to be doing massive volume. So even if this old grain mill does take a little bit less, then it should be fine. I'm going to turn on the free placement then, and we'll put it about here-ish, pointing outwards. So like so. There we go. So nice little windmill for us to process all of our stuff. Let's have a quick look in here. Where's the, oh wow, this is in here. And yeah, so we can process 2,400 cycles per month. So 5. This is the perfect amount that it can do per month. So yeah, we want to do sorghum flour, 15 to 16. So we get one extra thing of flour out for the sorghum. Oats, we get 4 extra out for that. And how much does flour sell for around here? Flour at the train yard is where we'll want to do it, and we've got a nice tool bit to actually sell that there. We're looking at 1,503 in December. That is going to be a great uplift for our crops. So happy about that. As an example of that, these oats are 1,407 at their best price. And this adds volume, this windmill. So, yeah, not only is the price of flour per 1,000 litres higher, it is also... wow, what the heck? No. That has holes in it. I don't want that. I want it to tip out the back. Let's change our tip side back. There we go. Then that doesn't look so odd. There we go. Tip out at the back. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Although, yeah, this trailer does not seem to tip up, interestingly. And with all that emptied into there, we'll open the door in here, go back in, and we will turn on the oat flour. So, yeah, it's going to add another 4 litres for every 15 litres we have. We will activate that for the oat flour, and yeah, we should get a load of oats out of this. Do we have... So we've got soybeans, I think. Sorghum is what we've got. So we'll be making sorghum flour. Yeah, that's what I expected. Canola oil is the other one. I haven't checked out the numbers on that, but I think the sorghum is going to pay us very, very well. I've got one last job I want to do today now, and that is get some digestate on the grass. I think our grass is fairly close to being fully fertilized. So fertilizing state, actually, wow, for the grass and the other thing, we've got a few little patches that we need to do. So I want to fix that and make sure this is fully done. And then the upper one, that does need a whole nother stage. I don't know why that's like that. That is really, really interesting. So we'll get the fertilizer on the bigger grass fields today. There's still time to get that done, and maybe even get it on the oats field. We want to get some onto that, so that would be really good to get that on there today as well. Get ourselves nicely ahead, nicely back on track, and with any luck, not have to worry about when we come to replant that field a little bit later. I don't know if we're going to do canola and wheat for our second year on here. The oats feel a little bit low. I need to actually go and work out which will pay us better. Our third load of slurry, and this should finish things off on this field. Yeah, in fact, this will be more than enough to cover this row here, and then we've just got the little bit a bit further out to deal with as well. Very pleased. This is great. It is only 4:30, and we have got a lot done today. So much more done than I'd expected to. I kind of got pushed to selling the fertilizer spreader, but then it kind of needed to go. We have plenty of fertilizer, or plenty of other ways to fertilize our fields without using that. We have a seeder that does fertilizing, and we have this slurry that we can immediately put onto fields as soon as, or sorry, digestate that we can put onto fields to get that first level. So not too worried about that situation. I'm going to go and refill this despite having 20% left, because I think starting with a full tank on the oat field will be good. But yeah, a lot done and a lot of progress made. And I think we might have found ways to maximize how much we're going to get. I'm umming and erring about whether to get a bakery on here. When we sell the next lot of silage, we might get close to being able to afford one. So do we start going down the route of animals, or should we grab a bakery and try and maximize how much we can make from all of our grain crops? Let me know in the comments. Very, very interested in what your thoughts are on that one. And we'll see where we go from there. Slightly less used on this field. We are 3 tanks in, well, 2.5 tanks in, and I've got a little bit around the edges. Ooh, don't clip that field. I've got a little bit down the edge here to do, so I'm just going to run this down here. That will use a bit extra, but overall that's been pretty good. We've had a good amount of digestate across both of these fields. I do just want to, with the time I've got left, go and throw some digestate over that last field, and that should do us for the day. Have everything ready to go. We will then, next time, I think, probably be in with the sorghum, getting that cut as well. We're not using precision farming here, so this is basically just going to spread across all of this field. I think it's going to be 3 runs, which is probably going to be 2 and a tank and a half. It is going down, so yeah, we're double doing patches of this. Just trying to see if there's any indication. Nope, there's no indication of difference here. So yeah, this is just a case of running down this field. It's going to waste a fair amount of digestate, but I think it's really important that I make sure this is maximized. Otherwise, when we come to do our test and comparison of how much we get off these fields later in the year, we're going to find it fairly difficult because this field would have been patchy. So very important to make sure we maximize this on here, and we can't sell the digestate anyway, so it's not a huge problem with us putting it on here. We have more than enough to keep us going. There we go. That has got the field all done and dusted. We'll just turn it off. There we are, and just double check. We've got one tiny patch there and tiny patch there. Those are going to be negligible in the overall scheme of things, so I'm not worried about those. Let's get this back to the farm as it's coming up to 6 o'clock. What a productive day we've had today. Absolutely fantastic. I'm blown away by the fact that we managed to get the combine, we managed to get the windmill. We've got our first field harvested. We're set up for our second. We've got fertilizer stages on all of the fields that we can get that on today. Our grass is going to be ready for cutting in September, hopefully. If the sorghum is not ready tomorrow, we will be doing the grass cutting with the thought that we're going to be doing a second one in November. Either way works for us. So very much want to get that sorghum cut, or get the grass cut when the sorghum isn't being cut. Let's detach and detach. There we are. That's got that all off. We'll park this up in the shed. As no, my windmill is still going. We'll go and have a look at that and see how the progress on that's gone. Want to close the input bit for it. So there we are. Close this and go and have a look over here. We have our first flower out as well. So we'll pop in, have a quick look. And yeah, we are still processing a lot of those oats. We should have that all done by the end of the year. We're up to 8,819 liters of flour. So yeah, fair amount of way to still go on that. But hopefully that should all be done by the time we're looking to sell. Yeah, this is not a full pallet yet. All in all, I'm really pleased with that though. So we are set up nicely. And we're going to leave this here for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below. Follow on Twitch to watch live. And for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.